Hey, have you ever noticed that constant low-grade hum in your life? The buzz of a notification, the ping of an email, the endless scroll. Today, we're diving into our always-on world, a place where we are more connected than we've ever been, but maybe, just maybe, a little less present. So let's peel back the layers on this constant hum. Let's just kick things off with a number, 13.5 hours. Now, according to some really groundbreaking research from the Center for Creative Leadership, that is the average amount of time that professionals with a work smartphone are connected to their job every single day.
Yeah. Does that number just land with a thud of recognition? That feeling that the line between logging on and logging off has pretty much just vanished?
Okay, so here's where it gets kind of crazy. When you start adding it all up, that daily grind, plus another 5 hours or so on the weekend, it adds up to a staggering 72-hour work week. The boundary between our work life and our personal life isn't just getting blurry. For a lot of us, it's been completely wiped out. And that right there is the heart of the problem, isn't it? It's this deep feeling of exhaustion, like you're tied to an electronic leash. You've got all the flexibility in the world to work from anywhere, but it kind of feels like it costs you the ability to truly disconnect from anything.
So look, it is so tempting to just point the finger at that little glowing rectangle in our pocket, right? But here's a twist. The problem? It's not what we think it is. See, the professionals they surveyed, they don't actually blame their devices. They blame something way deeper. As Dr. Jennifer Deal puts it, technology is really just a mask for these huge systemic issues inside their companies.
And this slide just lays it all out, crystal clear. These are the real culprits. I mean, an overwhelming 96% point to unnecessary emails. Poorly planned meetings, right behind it. These are not tech problems. These are organizational problems. So you gotta connect the dots here. The time you waste in those back-to-back meetings during the day doesn't just disappear. Nope. It forces the real work, the stuff that actually needs your focus, into your evenings and your weekends. And that's exactly how 9 to 5 bleeds into 24/7. But here's the thing. This pressure you feel at work, it's not happening in a bubble. To really get it, we've got to pull the camera back and look at the massive system that is competing for every second of our focus. And that system has a name. Welcome to the attention economy. It's basically a giant marketplace where your focus, your ability to just concentrate, is the actual product being bought and sold. And just to give you a sense of the scale of this, get this. Every day, the average person scrolls through 300 feet of content. That is like scrolling from the base of the Statue of Liberty all the way to the tip of her torch. Daily. That's just wild. And here's what happens because of all that endless scrolling. Our attention has become incredibly fragmented. A whopping 85% of digital ads get less than 2.5 seconds of our focus. So the battle isn't for minutes anymore, it's for microseconds.
So, over millions and millions of these tiny little interactions, these platforms are basically hooking us into an addiction cycle. They're training our brains to crave that quick dopamine hit from a notification over the sustained focus you need for deep work or, for a genuine connection. So, what on earth can we do? It is so easy to feel powerless in all this, but this next part is all about shifting from the problem to the solution. This isn't about blame. It's about empowerment. So on the left, you've got all the symptoms of this always-on culture. But on the right, that's the antidote. Digital wellness isn't some vague, fluffy concept. It's the real, tangible practice of choosing an outdoor walk over checking your email again, choosing a creative project over meeting overload, and finding those precious, unplugged moments. And here is the key takeaway. Fighting back against a system that is literally designed to distract us isn't just a matter of willpower. It's not going to work. It's about consciously, deliberately building better habits. It's about using the science of how we behave to our own advantage. We can actually fight fire with fire. First, you identify your cues. That little notification ping is a trigger. Second, you set clear, proactive goals for focused work and for offline time. And third, you use positive reinforcement. When you stick to it, you reward yourself. You are actively retraining your brain. And why that matters? Well, it goes far beyond just getting your to-do list done. So let's end by zooming out one last time. Because this battle for our focus, it's not just about our productivity today. It's about our freedom tomorrow. The historian Yuval Harari paints this really chilling vision of the future, a world where our internal states are being monitored from the outside. You could be smiling and clapping, but if a biometric sensor knows that you're angry at what a leader is saying, the consequences could be immediate.
And that is why this matters so, so much. As technology makes humans more and more hackable, the fight to control our attention becomes a fight for our cognitive liberty, the basic freedom to control our own thoughts and our own minds. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. In an economy that is built on capturing and selling your focus, are you the customer or are you the product being sold?